Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. We are on month 5, week 1, and I found this article on 7 ways to stop stressing and start enjoying the holidays. And I know sometimes the holidays can get a little bit stressful, and so these are just 7 little tips to make it through without getting so stressed out. So number 1 is just to simplify. And so typically our minds are full of racing through thoughts about what needs to get done, what we need to get accomplished. And so sometimes we forget to just make it simpler, right? So let's say you make 10 pies for the holidays, and that's perfectly fine if that's something you love to do. But if it's something that stresses you out, maybe buy 5. Who gives a shit if 5 aren't homemade? But if that's something you enjoy, then great. But if making 10 pies homemade is something that's stressing you out, find a way to make it simpler. Find a way to make it easier. And sometimes we just take on too much, and then we just end up frenzied and unorganized, and we get frazzled. And so if there's something that is really stressful for you, try to find a way to make it a little more simple. So that's number 1. Number 2, call in the troops. So I like this one because this first quote kind of makes me laugh. We aren't the only people that have 2 working arms or legs. Give everyone in the family or workplace a task or 2 to relieve some pressure. And so again, that's another thing that I'll be honest, I have difficulties with. It's hard for me to delegate jobs to other people, no matter what it is, whether it's at home or in work or whatever. And so you don't have to do it all by yourself. You don't have to make a Christmas event for 40 people and have it be all on you, because that's not fair. Now, at the same time, another thing that I struggle with is that then you have to let those people be creative and do things their way. And so again, that's something that I struggle with because, my son wants to help, and that's great, and I want him to help. And then he does things a little bit differently than I would do. And you kind of, cringe and kind of crack your knuckles. But you know what? If the silverware is not set exactly straight, or things aren't exactly the way you want it to be, it's going to be okay. So call in the troops. Ask for help. All right, number 3. And this is something that we've actually been doing in our house over this last week, where I'll just turn on music and we just have like a little dance party, we call it. And so music is powerful. It lowers our stress hormones, blood pressure, heart rate, and helps us to kick feelings of panic to the curb. So if you're working on something, if you're baking, if you're wrapping presents, whatever, turn on some music. It'll help you feel a little bit less stressed. And if you like holiday music, there's a ton of that out there now. So if you agree with anything, if you're watching, go ahead and say hi. I appreciate all the watches like always. Shop online. So this is something definitely that I do. I am one of those people that I do not like shopping. I hate it. It gives me anxiety. I don't like the parking lot. I don't like the lines. I don't like the people everywhere. I don't like the pressure of having to find something. And so I would rather just shop online. And I know not everybody's that way. But if something like that stresses you out, if going to the mall to buy stuff or the store or whatever, find a local shop online and order something from them. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I hit all the points on that. Another thing is routine. So, sorry, I got something that popped up. Another thing is routine. So one of the most stressful things about the holidays is that we all get off kilter, right? Our kids get out of their routine, we get out of our routine. Sometimes we're eating a little less healthy. We might not be getting our workouts in. So plan ahead. My dad has a treadmill at his house, so when we were there for Thanksgiving, I did, I went out for 20 minutes or whatever and just walked. I was gonna say run, but let's be honest, I didn't run. I walked quickly uphill and got a little bit of a workout in while I was home for the holidays. So trying to stick to those routines at least a little bit to help you organize and stabilize what you're doing is going to help you function a lot better. Another thing is get outside. So during the holidays, sometimes you feel crammed and you feel crowded because you're stuck in maybe a smaller house, or even if you're in a big house, there's a lot of people, there's people running around, there's kids doing stuff, and you can feel kind of congested and claustrophobic. And so get outside. even if it's for 5 minutes, even if it's for 1 minute, just get outside, get some fresh air, take your kids out, play in the snow, walk the dog, leave your office for lunch, whatever. Just have a way to get outside and kind of get out of that feeling claustrophobic feeling. And then the last one, so number 7, is to find the humor. And so life isn't perfect, and I know this is something that I struggle with sometimes. You know, I'll drop something, it'll break, and sometimes I have a negative reaction to it, whereas, you know, if it's something you can't do anything about, laugh about it, clean it up, and move on. You know, things like that aren't a real big deal. One of the quotes on here, remember the movie The Griswold Christmas Vacation. It can't get any worse than that. Have fun and maintain a light heart. So just to recap, my 7 little tips to stop stressing and start enjoying the holidays are to simplify, call in the troops, create a holiday playlist, so use music, shop online, find a routine, get outside, and find the humor. If you haven't watched before, if you want to give these a try this week or over the next couple weeks, go ahead and leave me a comment. If you want to get entered into the drawing for a free product from my website, go ahead and share the video. And we only have 2 weeks this week because I'm going to draw on the 3rd week since Christmas is that 4th week. So there's only going to be 2 chances to get in the drawing, which means you have a great chance of getting a free product from my website. Hey, Carrie, thank you. And so, yeah. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful night, and I'll see you next time.